Hello, and welcome to the Hypno Travelers on the Magical Psyche Highway podcast. That's right. Your host and tour guide is Scott Prevett, a healer, hypnotist, and a magician. And your bus driver is Jason Gobelli, also a hypnotist, an entrepreneur, and a spiritual guide. Disclaimer, neither Jason, Scott, or any of our guests here today are licensed professional psychologists or psychiatrists. So please don't make any changes to any medication or treatments that you are currently on based on the conversation that you hear here today. Just hop on the bus and enjoy the ride. Trip with us on the Inner Revelation bus. That's right.
Hi, I'm Jason. Welcome back to the Hypno Travelers on the Magical Psyche Highway. We are excited today. We got a great guest with us, don't we, Scott?
Yes, we do, and we are excited.
That's right. So tonight we got Lily Kharazian. Lily, it's a pleasure to have you here. How are you?
Hi, thank you so much for having me on your podcast. It's such a pleasure. So this is Lily Kharazian, as you already mentioned. So yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready to thrive.
Lily, the pleasures are all ours, and we're excited to go down your magical psyche highway. So let's start off right off the bat. Who are you and what do you do?
Great question. I'm a hypnotherapist, NLP, and a Reiki Master. Specializes in helping people that are stuck. So many of us throughout life feel stuck and we feel like we have no direction to where to go. We know deep within us that there is something to be done, but we have no idea how. So, and that's where I come in, and people like me come into the picture to help you find that clarity in direction to help you find your way through life, which is pretty easy. Once I tell you how easy it is, it blows your mind.
Beautiful, beautiful. Now, I noticed when we looked at your website that you've been through a lot of issues yourself. So you've been stuck. What was that all about?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. There's no coincidence for me to do what I do. So growing up, it was a lot of like struggle. And just being an immigrant added more struggle to the whole picture. So I was a very shy girl, believe it or not, growing up. So I never had anything to rely on. And I honestly felt like I'm nothing. So, like when you go to job interviews and they ask you this question, tell me about yourself. I was like, oh my God, there you go again. What am I going to answer to this? I was like, nothing. Like, so honestly, the only thing that I could rely on was my looks, because back then that was the only thing that I was complimented on. So I was like literally nothing but just a pretty face back then. I don't know if I still got it, but I mean that's the story of my life. But so what happened? I mean, that kind of at least gave me something, but it was so shallow and empty. Although growing up, I always knew that there's something more within me. And I always pictured myself that strong global visionary speaker and inspirational kind of like mentor, but I never knew how to get there. So that was something that it was kind of like out in the future. God knows how I could get there, but that I always kind of wanted to get there. So story short, I went through a lot of struggles with toxic relationships, with a lot of kind of toxic people and abusive circumstances and relationships in my life. And it led me to the point that I was like, no one's going to come save me. It's all me. I have to do something. But like, I was like, what am I going to do? I have no resources. I am new to this country and I have no idea how to do things. So I was like, I have to find a way. So that's when I kind of got on the journey of self-discovery, self-development. I met great mentors, teachers, coaches, and it led me on a path of finding my truth, finding this inherent beauty within myself, that this is whatever that I had believed about myself wasn't true. It was just the old programming. It was something that was ingrained in my subconscious mind by parents, peers, society, media, and it has no truth. There's no reality of what happened, what I believed. I mean, it's not, it doesn't even belong to me. And then I kind of like continued that journey of learning different modalities, different kind of like digging more deeper into myself, doing a lot of meditation, self-practice, self-meditate, like self-awareness and mindfulness, to find what is that within me that I have neglected all this long, and there should be an answer. So I got to the point that I found out that once I meditate, I find this oneness within me, this knowingness, that there's so much more than what it is. And I got to the point that I felt like there is no difference between me and others, and we're all one. And it was the sense of ecstasy and joy, immense joy, that you feel like you're complete when you're in that state. And I noticed that, and then when I was looking at people, I mean, everyday life, interacting with different people, seeing that how miserable everyone are in life. They're going through just like robots, and it's all the programming. They are living inside this box that the mind created it. But there is a way out, and that's the answer, is to connecting within yourself and finding the truth. And sometimes it's easier said than done, but I have this strategy that I help people to kind of like reveal that truth within themselves. And my strategy goes from focusing on your future self, the best version of yourself, and going backwards. So whatever limiting beliefs that comes up to the surface, we get rid of along the way. And that creates that sense of excitement and passion within you, that you are more than what you think you are. So I don't know if I answered your question.
Yes, you gave us a lot in there. There was a lot of meat in there. Thank you. So on the outside, you said you were looking great, but on the inside, you were feeling torn and like in a box. So I caught the meditation, got out of it. But what do you do with, you use Reiki, hypnosis? What did you get? When did you first have that like aha moment that, you know what, I'm really going to be able to help other people, that this stuff works? Where did that come from, and what's that all about?
When I found myself, when I found out that my life is transforming and everything is just falling into its own place and manifesting things into my life, and just because I'm being myself, just because I'm going with the flow, I'm swimming with the current of life instead of fighting it. It's because I am accepting and acknowledging what is, and accepting that I am the creator of my reality. And it's not about controlling the circumstances and people around you, but it's about controlling and building your life, your world, your own world, your inner world. Because when you're complete within, when your cup is full, when you're healed, nothing else matters. And that's what Muhammad Gandhi said years ago. How long ago was that? I mean, he said that be the change you want to see in the world. And that's what it is. Because if every single one of us focus on transforming ourselves from inside out, the whole world will be transformed. But the problem is we constantly try to control others and circumstances. And we're putting so much effort that if maybe half of that effort was put into ourselves, our world would have been transformed like instantly. So that we have been neglecting ourselves, and it's not our fault. We have been programmed to be that way, but it's not too late. Everyone's are becoming more awakened to realize that. So we are moving towards the right direction of finding our truth. People are becoming more susceptible to accepting what is, and there's so much more. And just the thought of manifesting your own reality and creating your own reality in your world, it's just another level of awareness that it's emerging.
So when did that awareness happen for you? And how did that come about? Did it all of a sudden just one day, I'm aware? Or what did you go through to make this major shift in your life?
Well, that's a good question. So actually, I was in my previous marriage, I was going through some shifts. I'm not saying that he was a bad person. He was a great person, but it was just like we weren't aligned, that our paths were different and we're not aligned. And I felt like I couldn't be myself. So during that situation, during that time, especially within the last years, I started to realize that I need to put myself first, because all my life I put others first, and my focus was taking care of everyone and kind of trying to be more empathic towards everyone, but not realizing that I'm losing myself into through the whole process. So what happened was I realized that I have a bigger purpose, and that's finding myself, finding self-love and self-compassion, and putting myself first. And there is this fine line between being assertive and being selfish, because a lot of us think that if you put yourself first, you're selfish, but there is a fine line between that. Imagine if you have a broken leg and you start running a marathon. Eventually, you're going to lose your legs. But if you take your time and heal yourself, fix your legs, you may end up running forever, you know? So it's the same case with your life. If you feel like you are not aligned with your true purpose, and if you are not embracing self-love and self-identity and authenticity, you are going to lose yourself throughout the whole process. And you have to heal yourself so you can take care of others. So, and then you can give unconditionally without any expectations. And that was the realization I had. So I was like, I have to take care of me, and I have to put myself first. And that was the time of initial realization. And then throughout that process, during the meditation, I got a lot of downloads and information from my higher self, from my intuition, showing me the way, showing me that it's all about love. There's nothing greater than love. The only thing that exists is love. And once you embrace that love within you, your whole world transforms. And it's kind of like, in a way that taking action, because the language of physicality is taking action towards your goals and aspirations. So you can't just visualize and meditate all day long and expect things to shift. You have to take action. You have to be passionate about your life, enjoy every moment. And that was the breakthrough that I had, that I noticed that I this this beautiful person that I am now, it's within every one of us. No one is superior or inferior than the other. We're all the same, and we have this beauty within us that needs to be flourished. And that was a huge breakthrough for me to understand that I am this powerful person, that I am going to embrace that power within myself. And all of a sudden, I noticed that I have so much strength that nothing can break me. I'm gonna take ownership. I'm going to take responsibility of my own well-being in my own life and create it in a way that it needs to be created. Just keep going and keep that strong intention in mind and let go of the fear. So one of the second breakthrough that I had to overcome the fear, the scarcity that I had all my life. And that is a big part of every one of us, because a lot of us don't take action towards our goals and aspirations because of lots of fear. It can be fear of being judged, fear of failure, lots of different fears, but the biggest one is fear of being judged, because we unfortunately live most of us live for other people, and we seek validation outside of us. So we don't take action. So I'm not perfect, and probably this podcast that I'm interviewing is not going to be any perfect. I'm pretty sure, but I'm just going to do it, because if one thing that I could do is me backing up and saying that, oh no, I'm not going to do it because I'm not going to be good at this and I'm going to fail, which, I mean, I might have, failed this. I don't know. But I'm just saying that you still have, if you go for perfectionism, which is another stigma and another programming that we keep sticking up to, that being perfect, and perfectionism stands for the part that we want to be perfect so we don't get judged. At this point, I'm so confident in myself that I don't even care if anyone judge me, because if someone needs to judge me, it's going to judge me anyways. They will find something to judge me. So I am just sitting in my truth, in my authenticity, and this is me. So if you like it, good. If you don't, it's fine too. So but I want to share that power and strength to the world, that you are so much more. You matter. Every single one of us matter, and we deserve to be seen, to be heard, to be valued. But the first step is us putting ourselves first, and to kind of validate ourselves first. And that requires commitment, and that requires putting some effort towards healing and self-discovery and mindfulness, to see what's under all this chaos that you're dealing with. So yeah.
Nice. Well, you don't have to worry about being judged here, because me and Scott enjoy our imperfections and we think it's who we are. So we're good with all of that. And
Great.
the other thing is so you've been through these shifts and changes in your life that helped you go to other areas. Now you got the Reiki, the hypnotist, the EMT, what came first? I mean, how did you get through all this? What's the order of this mess?
Great question. So the first thing that happened was EFT, which stands for Emotional Freedom Technique. So it's a very powerful technique. It's like an emotional version of acupuncture. So instead of using needles, you use the tip of your fingers and you tap on meridian points, which are the energy like intersections between the chakras, the energy centers within your body. So it's like, and the meridians are the areas that it's like we have vessels that move blood all around our bodies. These meridians are the vessels to move the energy to the major chakras within the major chakra wheels per se, throughout our body. So there are certain points within your body that you can tap on your face or like certain part of your body that you release resistance, energy blockages while you're repeating certain phrases and statements. And it can look a little bit absurd. So, and I was introduced to it years ago, probably I would say like 15 years ago. So it's pretty much kind of awkward because people were not aware into this kind of like modalities back then. So it was like a little bit awkward. So now people are more susceptible to this kind of things. And that actually was huge for me. And I could not believe how it cleared so many years of traumas, blockages, emotional traumas that I have dealt with for years. If I wasn't introduced to that modality, I probably would have been a mess by now. So I worked a lot on myself to let go of a lot of traumas in my life with that modality, and that actually opened doors because I always were into learning and advancing my knowledge in different areas. So that intrigued me to look into different routes, like why these things works and everything. And I got introduced to Dolores Cannon, which she does hypnotherapy, past regression hypnotherapy, quantum past regression hypnotherapy. And then it really intrigued me, and I went through past regression therapy, and which was very strange to me. I couldn't understand and make sense of it. And that kind of led me to another path of looking into UFOs and different things and see what's out there. Like, what is beyond us? What is beyond this physicality? So and that way I got intrigued to learn about hypnotherapy. And then I learned about Reiki, energy healing, and I learned about different life coaching techniques, because I was like, I need to gather all the knowledge and all the modalities that are necessary for me to be able to spread this word. Because I got to the point that I found myself and I was like, now I feel this passion and love to show this to the world, to say that you're not different than anyone. You're not different than me. If I did it, you 100% can do it. And just wanted to share that it's all about you stepping up and taking the initiative of wanting to step into your inner strength, to want to control your life, take the control back in your hands and build that a life that you've always dreamed of.
Wow. So we went from EMT to Reiki,
EFT. EFT.
EFT to Reiki to hypnotherapy to life coaching to UFOs. So we're all over the place. So obviously,
Absolutely.
you went in all these directions. You've had to have some fabulous mentors. So who are they and what's that all about? Let's talk about these mentors.
Yes, I have had many mentors. Actually, one of my mentors that was, I used to work at this company that used to do medical software sales, and the director of this company, I was much younger, was actually a consider. I always told her, we became best friends, but I've always told her that you were the first person that I would consider as a mentor. And it's because she believed in me. And sometimes all you need is just one person that believes in you, to believes in your strength and your capabilities to thrive. And she did that. She actually gave me a lot of motivation and aspiration to thrive. And I would say she was the first person that I highly, highly value. We became best friends. And then throughout this whole journey, I encountered many good or not so good coaches and mentors that were very inspiring, that I got trained with to thrive. Every one of them taught me something. So like they were experts, even the ones that weren't like in a high level of expertise, I still learned something from. So, and I still consider a lot of these mentors that I haven't been like kind of like closely in touch with, but I have been following throughout the years, like Abraham Hicks, Joe Dispenza, and many more that I have been kind of like following and learning, has been, I mean, a breakthrough in my life. And it kind of like showed me the way, along my path, how to thrive and how to find myself and how to improve. And it's an ongoing journey. So like self-discovery and self transformation is an ongoing journey. It never ends. So no matter where you get, you still want to go. So you have to be patient with yourself and think that it's not going to happen overnight. It's going to take some time for you to kind of like get where you want to be. So you have to be kind and compassionate towards yourself.
Nice. Well, Scott, it's your turn. You got a question for Lily?
Absolutely. So, Lily, where do you see yourself 10 years from now? What do you expect to be doing?
I expect to be like someone like Tony Robbins, someone that is a global speaker. I want to be an inspirational speaker, a change maker. I'm a visionary, and I want to I want to share this to the world, that don't compare yourself with anyone. Every single one of us have the same kind of capabilities and power within us, that we can thrive, but each one of us are on a different journey. So your journey is different than mine. And it does, doesn't mean that you have to be where someone else is. But if you want to, if you choose to, you can be. It's a matter of effort, and it's a matter of standing in your truth and authenticity and embracing your passion, what beats your heart. what makes you excited in life, and just focus on that. And everything else, just make it happen. And it's amazing how when you work towards something with passion, everything make things happen for you. So like synchronicities happen, and just like all of a sudden you start meeting new people to make things happen for you. And it's about the flow, going with the flow, and not trying to control and insist on different things to make it happen.
Nice. Nice.
Awesome.
So how are our viewers going to get a hold of you?
Well, I have social media. I'm on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook, but mostly I'm on Instagram. So it's my Instagram is _ ultimate empowerment _ and they can also download this freebie on my website. It's a freebie ebook. It's very, very effective. It's about how to control your anger, how to manage your emotions. And it's on my website. It's on www.lilykharazian.com. And yeah, and also if you are interested to have a discovery call with me to see if you want to explore to see if you want to work with me, you're more than welcome to schedule a discovery call with me, and then we can see if we would be a right match for each other.
Nice. Nice. So Lily, do you have anything else you want to add?
One thing that I want to add is don't give up on your dreams, and understand that you need to embody that version of yourself in order to transform your life. And it's because 95% of the time, your life is happening on autopilot. So you can't change your life with 5% being conscious. So that's why we're struggling a lot. And it's not like matching, visualizing the reality that you want to live. You need to embody that reality. So that's why I teach my clients how to step by step, how to embody that best version of themselves. So they can create and anchor those habits, the same habits that they're the best version of themselves, their future self has, and then moving backwards to remove any kind of limiting beliefs along the way. And that way you have a strong base and structure to build up upon towards that path.
Nice. Scott, anything else you want to add?
Lily, thank you so much for spending your time with us today. We really appreciate you coming through and being on our podcast. We really appreciate it.
Absolutely, my pleasure. Thank you so much for having me. I really enjoyed this. And have a wonderful day.
Not yet, Lily, because we got 2 more questions for you. So one is, what about this book you're talking about that you're going to have in the near future? What's that all about?
Yes, great question. Well, it's about women of this new age. So it's really great that you're asking these questions, because I didn't touch this subject. So there is a very important aspects in each one of us, which is masculine and feminine energy. And either feminine or if you are a male or female, doesn't matter. We both are a mess. And why? Because we are not embracing the other side of us. And for instance, women are so much out of touch with their masculine side. And it's because, like, generations, they have been believed that they're not good enough, they are not capable. So even if they feel like they have a goal that they want to achieve, they don't take any action towards it because they feel like they're not capable, they're not good enough, they are not strong enough, they're not worthy. So in the other hand, males, individuals are not connected with their feminine energy. And that's why there's so much going on in the world. So, and it's not their fault neither, because that's the societal expectation that men needs to be masculine. And if they embrace their emotions, and if they kind of like embrace their nurturing side, they're not masculine enough. And so they are kind of like pushed towards being kind of not susceptible emotionally. So, and that's not even healthy or logical. That's why they have so much anger within. It builds so much anger and resentments within you because you don't know what to do with your emotions. And that creates a lot of problem in relationships, in the world. And so that's why we both, I mean, regardless of gender, we're all a mess because we're not complete, we're not balanced within the energies within our bodies. We're not embracing both sides of ourselves. And I think it's very important, and it's time for each individual to embrace the other side of themselves. And that's when you, like, as a man, when you embrace your feminine energy, you are stepping into your masculinity. And when a woman is embracing their masculine energy, they're stepping into their feminine energy. So, I mean, people are becoming more aware. And my book is about women kind of showing the way as far as like how to be nurturing, how to be more in touch with your emotions. Women are naturally connected to higher realm because they are very intuitive, and men, being the providers, are connected to the earth. So they are kind of like emerging together to build that unity. So it's a very powerful transformation that's happening throughout the world, and we're all part of it.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Okay, before we leave, do you have any words of wisdom for us?
Just be the change you want to see in the world, as Gandhi says.
Nice.
Nice.
Well, it's been wonderful walking down your magical psyche highway today. I've enjoyed myself. Scott, do you have anything you want to say?
Just great. Thank you for sharing with us.
Yes, thank you. Lily, anything else you want to add?
No, that's it. It was my absolute pleasure to be on your podcast. So I wish everyone that is watching this or hearing this podcast best on this journey of self-discovery and self-transformation.
Nice.
Just keep believing in yourself.
Nice, nice. Well, thank you for being here. It's been great having you on the podcast and traveling down your magical psychic highway. And For our viewers out there, we're glad you're here too. And remember, if you like us, give us a thumbs up. If you think we're assholes, give us the thumbs down. We don't care. We're just glad you're here and we're glad you showed up. We hope you show up next week. Share it with a friend, follow us, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for coming.
Wow, what a trip. Thanks for taking that journey with us today. Please like us, share us, and enlighten us with your views of the topics we drove into today. We appreciate you and love reading your comments. Thanks again, and we hope to see you back on the bus next week. That's right.